Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Another great article from Mike over at Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, is the US Cellular and T-Mobile deal in big trouble as other entities start up a big fight against the deal? We saw some of that with the Sprint merger, and that was a far bigger merger. So, EchoStar, CWA, and others move against T-Mobile's US Cellular purchase. EchoStar said that T-Mobile's proposed purchase of the US Cellular will further entrench its dominance in the wireless industry, but the incoming Trump administration probably won't see it that way. So, as I've stated in plenty of videos now, the incoming Republican Trump administration, they are pro-business. They are going to review and look at this totally different versus what the Biden administration would have looked at. So there are several other reviews. One right now being, which put the FCC review on hold, is the T-Mobile being majority owned by a German entity. I don't know how much that plays into it or weighs into the decision making. We'll have to see. Germany is an ally of the U.S., so I don't know how much that's going to move the needle, if any. I know China right now, that's a huge security risk. We see that with the TikTok ban, so that China is probably not a good partner to have right now for any company in the U.S. But, I mean, Deutsche Telekom has had ownership, not majority ownership, but they've had ownership in T-Mobile for years now. I mean, over a decade. So that's a proven, established relationship with the U.S. and Germany. So I don't know if that moves the needle at all. I don't think that derails the deal. And I still see the deal as going through. Of course, Dish, EchoStar, they have a fight in it because they're trying to get off the ground as a fourth player in the wireless industry. And they know the stronger T-Mobile gets, the harder it gets for them to compete. But they're just going to have to compete. You know, I've said it long ago that the U.S. is just too big for four players to adequately compete. It's just too much landmass to cover for four players to still have enough money to spend on the network, to still invest in acquiring customers, marketing. We saw that already. We saw this scenario play out. We saw how much Sprint struggled, and then T-Mobile got stronger, and then they just ended up acquiring Sprint. I know it's a merger. I still see it as they were acquired. So also another thing to look at too, T-Mobile's not buying all of US Cellular. That's another thing to look at. They're only buying 70%. And then another big thing, which is going to be a big push by AT&T and Verizon, they're getting a piece of the spectrum based on the approval of the deal. So everybody makes out except Dish, if you guessed it right. They're the only ones that don't get anything out of the deal. Now maybe they're just throwing their hats in there, seeing if they can get some spectrum, something out of it. They should have been more vocal early on. But they don't have the money, so they really don't want to play much. Right? If they were so concerned about it, make a deal with US Cellular. They don't have the cash. Like I said, the US is just too big for four mobile network operators. That's why we need MVNOs, prepaid, the cable players, to keep everyone else honest and keep trying to keep pricing lower. But as long as the churn rates are where they are and the mobile network operators keep buying up the MVNOs, we're not really getting anywhere. All we're getting is stronger mobile network operators. With this acquisition, right, 70%, T-Mobile's going to get stronger. They're going to have a better network. Verizon's going to get stronger. They're going to have more spectrum assets, and AT&T is going to get stronger in those parts with better spectrum assets. That'll be the result. So the three top mobile network operators are strengthening their assets while EchoStar and Dish get nothing. Right. So I understand their situation. And then the CWA and everyone else, they're worried about, job loss and everything else. So I understand that too. But where is US Cellular really heading? Like, US Cellular is operating in a negative way. Is there some positive momentum there? Yeah, perhaps. But their own leadership team is not good at really displaying that publicly. So we'll see what happens. I still fully anticipate middle of next year we get approval around May, and then T-Mobile starts the integration process with US Cellular. Should be a fairly quick and smooth process. They know how to do it. They did it at a far larger scale with Sprint. So we'll definitely stay tuned for more. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you think this deal is in trouble. Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.